if your bed sheets had to be made out of a meat, which meat would you choose?
So this one is called Mother's Cooking.
What is that title, man?
Oh, I'm really trying hard not to laugh at these.
It's called Glitch in the Matrix, and what it is loads of people, they put on sort of stories that have some weird goings on in real life, of course.
But you might also get
Arsehole.
an aeroplane.
Oh,
What did you say?
arseholes. That's the one for it.
Falling arseholes into my garden.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 6 of the 3am Chats. Joe, say hello.
Hello.
Cody.
Hello.
And of course, the man himself, Harry. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. All right, Cody, what have you been up to this week, man?
I've basically just been playing COD with you boys. That's been the highlights of my week. But no, I mean, not really much different compared to the last episode. I've just been cycling a lot. I've been working out a lot more. That's what I've been doing this week. I kind of slumped off a bit in the last sort of 2 months, but yeah, been back on that. Been doing a lot of chest day, trying to get it thicker again because it's very, very slim at the moment. But yeah, just been doing that and COD pretty much.
We got a couple of dubs, didn't we?
Yes, we did actually. We're getting better.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting
We
so
are
much
getting
better. It's
So
been
much
really,
better.
it's been refreshing just to be able to go, yeah, we're winning like one every 10 games or something. So yeah, man, it's all good. It's all good.
What about you, Joe?
Not much. No, genuinely, not much has changed since last week. What have I done? Oh, I did a workshop, which was quite nice. It was a home one, so it's a Zoom video one. So getting to sing over Zoom, which was interesting. It's always an interesting experience when you're doing a workshop from your bedroom. And what else have I done? Oh, I got a new job. I got another job. So I'm going back to. So in addition to my current like teaching classes, I'm now going to be doing one-to-ones as well. So.
Oh, wicked. Nice.
Very good.
What are you
Yeah,
teaching them? Like how to be old or?
Yeah.
Every episode. Sorry.
Nice one, my friend.
There'll be tumbleweed there.
What about you, Haz? What have you been up to?
I have been playing some Call of Duty and also getting those dubs. But also, so my driving test was meant to be last Friday, but because there were some new COVID rules brought in the UK, it got cancelled and rescheduled for October. So I've bought my own car recently, so I got learner insurance. I've been going out on that with a passenger, obviously. It's getting loads of practice in. I'm just so excited for that freedom, man. I need it.
Do you feeling more confident like with every drive you do?
Yeah.
Is it sort of,
I mean, we'll see, because I've got driving lesson tomorrow and it might have all gone wrong, but we'll see. I'm ready to like, it sounds bad. I'm just ready to pass and just get on there. Because I think you learn more once you've actually passed than you do when you're learning.
100%. Like I've been driving for however many years now, and it's just like I was saying to Harry just before this, I was like, there's still time. Like the other day, I've got a different car now as what I originally started in, and I got stuck on a hill the other day because my engine size is completely different. So I had to treat the car obviously differently, and I was completely thrown off as it was like a learning curve. Like I had to ring I had to ring my dad to be like, I don't really know what I'm meant to do here. I'm kind of a bit stuck. And he was just like, do this. Even though my dad is like one of the world's worst drivers in the world. But like, well, I say worst drivers. He's just negligent is what the way I would use it. So
Yeah.
like, you are right. You do learn so much more after, but
Mm.
I'm sure you'll be fine. It's like the getting in the practice. What you're doing now is like the best way to present yourself to pass, because you'll just be so much more confident when you get in a car, when you
Yeah.
get in your test car. Because I remember
Well, like,
when I didn't do that at all, and it took me so long to pass because I didn't have that outside of
yeah.
paid lesson hours practice,
Yeah,
and it's
because I don't want
so
to learn
useful.
like bad habits. So I'm like being strict with myself, but at the same time, it's nice because I'm relaxing in a new car. So
Yeah.
like I know how, if and when I do pass, I've already got that car ready to go. I'm not going to have to
Mm.
learn new things as much. So it is exciting. So the other thing I've been doing is I've been teaching myself a little bit of sound editing because I'm trying to create my own voiceover reel, like a commercial voiceover reel at home. And it's been really interesting, like getting loads of different sounds. Obviously, I asked you guys for advice and our friend Aiden as well. And it's just been really nice. Like Cody obviously has got experience because he's the one at the moment that's editing all the podcasts. So he knows like different fade outs and different, like volume, like, everything about decibels and stuff. And like the combinations of different sounds and like what reflects what. And it's been nice trying to teach myself that and try and use it to sell myself as a voiceover artist.
Yeah.
So once that's finished, hopefully I'll get that up and running, but I've not done it recently. I did it like 4 days ago was the last time I touched that, so we'll see. That's
Yeah,
pretty
sounds
much
good,
it.
mate. It's just it's one of those things, isn't it? Like if you've got a good mic like you have now, you got all the endless opportunities to create those voice reels, because that's the main purpose or main thing that you need.
Yeah.
But everything else is just down to time and finding the sort of like you said, backing sort of sounds to go with it and whatnot. So I'm sure it'll be good, mate. I'm sure it'll be a great little voice reel, and hopefully you're going to get on that scene sooner rather than later.
Exactly. The new Call of Duty's coming out. They need a voiceover artist, right? I'll do it.
Yeah.
Keep your ears out, everyone.
Chat in the deep.
This week's Chat in the Deep, guys, is going to be explained by Cody.
What is that? An advert? You doing your voice reel already? Jesus.
Yeah. Come on, hire me.
Yeah. So today, we're going to be basically looking at this Reddit page. It's called Glitch in the Matrix, and what it is loads of people, they put on sort of stories that have some weird goings on in real life, of course. So we're basically just picking stories from this page, and we're just going to basically decide. I mean, most of them are probably not real, but we're going to decide like how this could possibly have happened if it is true, or maybe it is true. I don't know what you guys are going to think about it, but yeah, we've all got a few stories to tell. So I hope you guys kind of enjoy this sort of different kind of style of podcast this week. But yeah, who wants to go first? Who's
Well,
feeling?
I just wanted to say, like, reading some of the stories, you know how people say, oh, you're in a simulation, everything's a video game, all of those sort of theories about life and
Yeah,
stuff. These sort of glitches in the Matrix, it's exactly what it's meant to do. It's meant to make you go, whoa, maybe we are in the Matrix. Maybe it
Yeah.
is all a simulation. I loved this week's research. Well, that's all I'm saying. How do we want to do it? Do we want to do it like each of us go one at a time, or do we want to
Yeah, let's go one at a time.
Yeah,
one at a
one
time,
at a time.
I'll go first.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
Joe, you go first.
So this one is called Mother's Cooking.
Ooh. What is that title, man?
Oh, I'm really trying hard not to laugh at these.
That's unreal.
Okay. So, a couple of months ago, my parents have left for work, and I was hungry. I went downstairs, and my mother, I'm going to go mum, because who says mother now? My mum was cooking some pasta or soup, and we talked about something, I don't remember what. I went back upstairs to play some video games, but had to ask my mum about what she was cooking. I went back downstairs, and she was gone. The lights were off, the pots were nowhere to be seen, and my mum wasn't there. I don't know who I was talking to, or if I was talking to anyone.
Wow.
That's a great story.
That's
So
really
basically,
interesting.
they don't know if anyone was there.
Right. I think
Here we go.
so.
Here we go.
I'm
Put your
trying to be
seatbelt
open.
on,
I'm trying to be open-minded. So
Yes.
they've gone downstairs. This is what they're saying. I've gone downstairs to see my mum's cooking pasta or soup. The first of all, they're telling this story clearly. If this story was so, how do I say it? If this story was so important and so amazing to you, you would know what they were cooking.
That's my first question: is how did he
Yeah.
not know if it was pasta or soup?
Second of all, he was like, we talked about something. I don't know what. Well,
Yeah.
you would know what you talked about. And third of all, when he goes downstairs and the lights are off, the pots are off, that's where I'm just like, I don't see how that is possible.
Like
That's
just
the
being-
only, like, I don't see how that is just, if they're out, they're out. Like, I feel like without being, he was probably smoking something, or probably
To be
smoking
fair,
something.
that could be the
That could be the whole website. He could be smoking something, or he's just dreamt it, and then he's
Yeah.
woken up, gone downstairs. Because I've had that experience. Like, this is why I'm quite open minded about this stuff. Because sometimes I have the thought of, I swear I've dreamt this exact situation before.
Mm.
Like, and it kind of freaks me out sometimes. Like, I'll be sitting in a coffee shop and I'll have a conversation with someone, and then I'll be like, I've dreamt having this conversation. It's really, and I've definitely, but then majority of the time, and then I'm just like, realize, no, it was probably just, I've just had a conversation really similar to this, or I've just dreamt a bit in a coffee shop and had a similar conversation. So I'm not, as much as I would like to have an open mind to believe that, I'm just like, it didn't happen though, did it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. For me, it's too vague for me. That's what I'd say.
I think the vagueness doesn't work.
Because you're starting off going, oh,
Pasta or soup.
the pasta or soup. They're not even really similar.
No.
It's not like,
Nah. And
not
you
like
can smell the
pasta or-
difference.
And also, it's not like pasta or stew,
Yeah.
or pasta or chowder.
All right, Gordon Ramsay. Right. So what we have got is an answer to yours with my story. There's a lot of specifics in mine,
Okay.
Mm.
and it's a bit more of a horror style, I think.
Ooh.
So this one is called Mystery Fur, which doesn't sound scary. Yeah.
Sounds a bit. I don't think this is appropriate for the podcast, Harry.
No, it is.
It sounds like you've been on a different website, my friend.
Right. So he's put, last year I had these stupid tiny flies in my house that took me forever to get rid of. One of the things I tried was hanging a strip of fly tape from the ceiling in the bathroom. One day I noticed that there was a big patch of black bloody fur on the tape. My cat's black, so I thought maybe somehow she jumped up to the tape and got stuck. But there's nothing around that area for her to reach. There's nothing high, so she couldn't even jump to get to the tape. Like, she wouldn't have made the jump. I checked her all over anyway and couldn't find any sign of missing fur. I've never had mice or any signs of any other creature living in my house, so I have no idea where the fur came from.
Wow.
And there's blood and
It's just
fur.
blood and fur.
So imagine
So it's like
tape
they think
hanging from the ceiling in the middle of the room. There's nothing around that you can jump up to get to, and there's just blood and fur sitting there, right, really high up, but in his eye line.
I'm just trying to think what's a logical thing here.
Maybe he's got bats.
He says there's no creatures in the
No
house other than
creatures.
a cat.
Yeah, but if he's got, normally when you've got loads of like little flies, there are either fruit flies or they're like flies because something's died, which would insinuate, yes, there's something there. So he can't be 100% certain there's nothing in his house.
The top comment says, "That's really scary. Maybe you caught a furry black demon." And which immediately I thought of like Insidious.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
there could be, mate. I think it's
There's-
really interesting.
It's quite specific. It's a short one as well, which is good. I'm just trying to think, like that, because there's no specific on like the fur. Is it like, so he's saying is the fur literally looking like the cat's fur?
So
That's
he
kind of
just
what-
said in here it says black fur with blood. So there's
Black
blood.
fur.
And so I thought, oh, maybe
I
it's
don't
like a
know.
furry spider, because you obviously can get hairy spiders. I don't know which country he's in,
Mm.
but then the blood kind of threw me off because there's also no
Yeah.
evidence of a spider or anything touching it.
Yeah.
Because
So
the
what
flies
c-
and then the spider, I thought,
That
oh,
would
that would make
freak me out.
sense.
To be fair, that would freak me out. Like if I just found
yeah.
like bloody, that would freak me out. I'm not like I'm not saying like there's some demon there because that's ridiculous. But like,
That's the only comment that this one had as well.
oh really?
what kind of animal could do that? Could jump up
But
that?
a bat. If you've got bats are quite common in how in like to live in like houses, and you not be aware of that you've got bats.
Have you had bats in your house?
Yeah. So like,
No.
so they're quite common, and they are furry.
Yeah,
I was
they
thinking
are.
maybe it was a, I mean maybe it's a rat or something that got into like the ceiling thing and then just dropped
Yeah,
out or
maybe.
something.
It's
Dunno.
just he doesn't say there's any evidence of anything.
There's no
skittering
animal
around.
though.
And he said he's
Yeah.
never had a mice problem. Quite
Oh,
interesting,
wow.
I thought. Very interesting. What about you, Coz? Let's see your first one.
Mine's longer than both of yours. So
All of mine are that
Oh.
length, by the way.
Yeah, mine are all really short.
right, so this one is called "Woke Up to My Face Scratched," out on a group photo.
What?
interesting. Yeah.
Oh, that freaked me out.
So I'm not going to read the start because they've just tried to explain it. I was doing the dishes in the kitchen on this particular morning. On the fridge, we have tons of pictures of us and friends and family held up by magnets. My husband was looking at the fridge while I was doing the dishes and says, "Why is your face scratched out in this picture? Did you do this?" I tell him I have no clue what he is talking about and walk over to the fridge to see what it is. In one of the pictures, out of the 20 pictures on the fridge, my face is completely scratched out. There is a hole right where my face would be and a ton of little scratch marks around where the hole is. The picture looks completely normal, placement on the fridge and all, besides my face being scratched out. Absolutely no one in this picture has any scratches on their face. I'm a teacher, and every year we take pictures as a whole staff, so I'm in this picture with about 40 other people, and there are no other scratches anywhere but on my face. Whatever scratched this into the picture did it so hard that it left a long scratch mark on the fridge too. My husband swears it wasn't him and it wasn't me. My cat my cat could not have reached the picture to do it herself either. I have never sleepwalked before, but my husband thought maybe I did it myself unconsciously. I have no clue why/how I would do that, but nothing else seems plausible unless something snuck in and scratched just my face out, which would also be terrifying. It's also strange because a couple of days prior to this, I was complaining about how stressful teaching has been this year and how I don't agree with the way my school has responded to the pandemic, and that this would probably be my last year at this school. I just think it's strange that the scratch marks are on that school picture of the school I was just complaining about. I would attach a picture to this post, but I've folded it up in the picture in a drawer and I cannot find it now, which is also weird. I would try to look again if anyone is interested.
What? So she's even lost the photo now?
Yeah. She's saying she's a little bit freaked out. She just can't figure it out.
Oh, that's a really good story.
That would freak me out, by the way. That would, yeah.
That's
I do
really
agree
good
with
story.
the husband though, because like the only explanation I would say is that she slept walk, and especially because like if you get really stressed, like if I get really stressed, I do sleepwalk if I get really stressed. Like
She might
really,
have had
but
a
I have to be
horrible
like
day
really
and just wanted to
stressed.
get rid of the whole memory of her being there.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the
Ooh.
only really thing I could explain. But even that would scare the
Yeah.
absolute
Yeah, imagine that.
So
out
she
of me.
originally
Even if you
didn't
knew that was you.
she originally didn't have the picture, but she's now put it on there. So the edit was, she said, "Holy crap. I found the picture in the same drawer I thought it was in. It must have been stuck to the top, or maybe this is another glitch. Anyways, here's the link to the picture. Sorry about the quality, blah, 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 blah." Obviously, people on the podcast can't see, but this is the picture that she shared.
Oh, that literally gave me shiver. As soon as
And
I
then-
saw it, I
That's
shivered.
like
then
a film thing, isn't it?
That's the fridge scratch.
Oh,
They're really.
I've got
Yeah,
tingles all over.
I reckon it's her sleepwalking. And she's
Yeah.
done it, especially just because she said she's really stressed out.
I know it probably
Yeah.
said it in the story, but to explain, Cody showed that photo. There's one scratch on the fridge, but the photo has like aggressive scratches throughout. It almost looks like it's scratched with something, not just a nail.
Yeah, like a knife or something.
Yeah, it must be for sure.
But
And
I agree, Joe. I think she's kind of explained like a lot of good reasons.
Yeah, she has given it back up as well, just in case it isn't a glitch. She's like, oh, it could.
But then
be
that's
this.
weird. That's weird in itself. Like sleepwalking just scares me. Like the fact that she's just gone, like that's mad. But yeah, that's a long story.
I remember when I was really stressed out before I actually went to uni, and I was working as a trainee teacher at the time, trainee secondary school teacher. I was really stressed out. I had students going through their GCSEs and stuff like that, and we had just had a member of staff leave. And I literally remember we had and we had Ofsted in that week because Ofsted in the week before. So I remember, and I was in bed with my girlfriend at the time, and I was asleep, and I got up, and I remember her waking me up, and I was just like videoing me. But there's a video of me like sitting up, like upright in bed, like, and then doing the actions if I'm like typing on a laptop.
See, that stuff needs to get in the bin, doesn't it? That is that I cannot be dealing with that.
She's got like a whole video of me like doing that, and then of me like talking like talking as if I'm at work, as if I'm talking to my boss, and like literally like pretending like I'm on my laptop and that's because I was really stressed out.
That's crazy though, isn't it?
It's mental, yeah.
The most logical answer is either the husband did it when they had an argument and he totally forgot about it, or she's done it in her sleep and like, oh, that freaks me out.
That's the ultimate prank though, isn't it? If he's done that just to freak her out.
Yeah.
Well done, husband. What a lad.
what a guy. What my guy that doing that.
And like when she put it in the drawer, he's probably like hidden it for a couple of weeks.
Every week, one scratch.
All right, my second one. My second one is I saw a car spawn.
Spawn, as in like appear.
As in materialize.
Wow.
It's quite self-explanatory. So this is this person's entry. So I'm in high school, and yesterday I was on the bus on my way home. I was sitting next to a window, and I could see the mirror that sticks out the front of the bus. The side mirror, the wing mirror. The guy didn't remember the name of the mirror. As I'm watching this mirror, I see a white car just materialize out of nowhere, like instantly appeared in the mirror. But then when I looked back, the car was there, but it was green instead of white. I'm not sure what the color change exactly is, but to me, the car just appearing definitely seemed like a car just spawned, and it freaked me out. A car just spawned. So they're driving on a straight road, and he looks in the mirror, and he sees no car, and then a car spawn like that.
But when it turns white to green.
I already have the perfect explanation.
So I'll explain it to him because, I mean, the guy didn't write very well. Driving down, looks in the wing mirror, sees nothing, maybe some cars further back, suddenly sees a white car spawn as he's looking. He doesn't look away, he sees it spawn. And then looks away, looks back, the car's now green.
I have the perfect explanation for this.
Go on.
Right. You're in a moving car, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
When you're looking in the wing mirror, you're driving. So things
He's not driving, he's on a bus.
No, but he's on a bus, but the bus is moving.
Still moving, yeah.
Oh,
I see what you mean.
So when you go further away, you see more things appear. So then he's not really paid attention because when you're on a bus and you're in things like that, you're kind of like
unless he's actively looking in.
You're not actively. You know what I mean? You're not actively doing something. You're like
no blinking,
like chilled out. I can't remember. I don't know what the word for it is, but yeah. And so the car, he's then seen the car and be like, oh, let's cut that. I didn't see that car coming. And the next thing, he's looked away. He's then looked back and he's seen the same car, but like as in not the same car, a same model of the car.
So
I don't believe that.
The bus. It's not like it's driven in. So he's driving, and then the car, like, you know how you see it in your rearview mirror, you see a car behind you.
Yeah.
He's seen it in the side mirror. He's seen the car behind the bus. Yeah. And the same car just turned green.
Oh, as in like the car's driving behind the car.
Yeah. So they're driving along like this, and then all of a sudden, a car, boom, materialized, and then it turned green.
Okay, different explanation. Car pulls out like an idiot, like normal people, like a lot of people that have white cars do. No offense. I don't know why I said that. It's really irrelevant.
I'm not offended because I can't drive. So
And then next thing you know, another car's pulled out like an idiot. Same model, the car, green. There you go.
Yeah, but explain the word materialize. He said he saw it go.
But I don't think he did see it.
So he's
I
put a
think he
comment
thinks that he
underneath
saw
it.
it.
So someone questioned him and said, "Why were you looking in the mirror? That is kind of
Yeah.
weird on a bus. Like normally you look out the side or whatever, or you just look
Yeah.
ahead of you." And he was like, "I was just moving my head around. I was listening to music, like looking around, then looked at the mirror for like 6 seconds. And in this 6 seconds, there was no car, materialized car. Then it turned green. All in the time he was looking at the mirror."
is there a time of day for this? Like, is it nighttime
I'm
or
assuming
is
it's
it?
probably after school. So yeah, he said I was on the bus on my way home at high school. So he was going home.
Right.
So
Again, go on.
Another explanation for you. So there's someone that's commented and said the bus is yellow, correct? Therefore, the you know how when you mix colors together, sometimes it
Yeah,
can
yeah,
create
yeah.
another one. They reckon like the sunlight mixed with maybe the road and something else created the green, which can explain the change of like color. But they were like, it is weird that you just suddenly saw a car appear. That
But
is,
mate,
that is weird.
You know when you're in a bus,
Yeah.
and or when you're driving, you probably won't get this, but you know when you're driving behind a bus, there's a little sign on the back of the bus saying don't stand so close because you can't don't drive too close to the behind of us because we can't see you in the wing mirror.
Yeah.
So they can't see anything. So normally then you then back off, they will then see the car. That's what I think has happened.
It spawned, dude.
I don't believe that it's spawned. It's not possible.
Fine.
I think time of day does make a difference because like if it's winter, you're going home like right in
Cody,
the
that's time of year, mate. That's not time of day.
you know you know what I mean.
Time of day, the winter, the winter part of the day.
What time is it? It's spring. Like, sorry, see, time of year and obviously time of day as well have a big big effect on it. No, we're carrying on. No. I'm not being clipped. If it's winter and he's coming home at like 4 or whatever, like it's going to be a low sun. It's going to be sunset basically. That could have an effect on, like you said, the whole yellow onto the white sort of thing. Like because the sun could be a nice sunset and it could be like red or something. Like, you know what I mean? That could completely play with how the car looks. So that's more. It is an interesting one though. Like if
It's just the materialize. The word he used the word materialize because when I think of things spawning in, I think it's like instantly just pop.
Yeah.
But he's saying like
he said materialize. So like like a transition you use in like Windows Movie Maker or something. That's what I'm picturing. Like a.
It is an interesting choice of words, but I genuinely think I know I'm literally the old man who's like has to explain everything. It's like doesn't believe any of it. But like I just know for a fact that that's probably what it is because obviously when you get so close like to a bus, they can't see you in the side mirrors. So I think that's what it is.
It could also be a hot day. Do you know when you look back on the road and it's really hot and like the heat is coming out of the road?
Yeah.
Like it could easily be because you can get that at really close distances as well. So it could easily have done that, which is a common thing they use in a lot of films when cars come up there.
It's true though, but like it's really true. When you're driving, like oh my god, I know we're talking about driving a lot today, but like it is something you see a lot, like the whole steam coming off the road and stuff.
Yeah.
Right, last one. My last one.
Go on then, Joe.
Okay. My son of 7 years old has suffered with night terrors for a couple of years. He says it's since he's watched a particular film with something that scares him. He says that he has the same recurring dream over and over and over again each time. This particular time at 10 p.m. I woke. He woke up and he was screaming as usual. It's pretty weird that she says as usual. Mate, imagine 10 p.m. every night screaming.
God.
And your kid as well. I ran up with my husband to find him completely asleep. and across the room, his battery-powered electric guitar was playing. My husband checked on my son whilst I went over to check on the guitar, and that why it was playing. As I turned it over to turn it off, it had no batteries in it. It's the end of the story.
Now
I know this because this happened to you, isn't it?
this is yours.
this
Yeah,
is-
I was going to say.
This is actually my
that's-
mum's story. This
You
is
told,
actually-
you told me this ages ago, but
Yeah, this
like,
is actually a true story.
but that's
True
what's
story.
creepy.
I've heard this from you and your mum have both said this.
But like
That's
that's
mad.
like the weird thing is that you like my mum's not the type of person that will for podcast listeners. My mum's not the type of person that will try and freak anyone out. She's like the nicest person in the
She's
world.
lovely and she's real. Like she's a realist.
honest.
She'll
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
it
she
how
does.
it is.
Yeah, she doesn't reach, and she hates ghosts. Like she has a massive phobia of ghosts.
Mm.
And
So,
to
like,
explain, Joe's house is like at
Yeah.
night is not to. It's a great house. It's scary.
Yeah.
It's
It's
creepy
a
as
scary
hell.
house.
It's really old, so it's like an old cottagey kind of like. I think it's 16th century originally.
Yeah, so it's like a
So what
Victorian-y kind of-
parts of the house are.
Yeah.
Mate.
So
I
it used
love
to be like
that
an old barn house. So when I was a kid, I used to have the same reoccurring nightmares every night. So I used to dream that I was in a nunnery, a witch's nunnery. I used to wake up. I used to wake up in my room. In my dream, I would wake up in my room, and I would be in my room, but it didn't look like my room.
Mm.
And I'd wander around the house, but like I'd wander around the house, and it'd be like the layout of my house, but it didn't look like my house. Like it looked like a nunnery.
Wow.
And the weird thing is that it used to happen where it used to happen. I used to actually when in my dream I'd be wandering. I would actually be wandering in real life, so I'd be sleepwalking.
Mm.
So and then I used to always go into my mum and dad's room because I used to be scared. I used to get really scared in this dream. So I used to go to my mum and dad's room and see that my mum and dad wake my mum up, but my mum didn't look like my mum. She looked like a witch.
Ugh.
She looked like this witch that I used to be scared. I used to be the same person every time, same witch every time. I then used to sprint to the outside my bedroom by my landing and just used to curl up into a ball and just like pray that it would go away. And then I would wake up like screaming in a ball on my landing.
So
I used to have it every night.
how long did that go on for? How many?
So I think that I couldn't say. Oh, well, I won't say it happened every night. It happened a lot, but I'd say that happened till I was about 13.
So from 7
So-
till 13.
Well, no, from about 5 till 13.
5 to 13.
Yeah, about 8 years. I still have.
Wow.
I then learned to deal with it, and so I used to still have the dream. I just used to then deal with it so that it didn't scare me.
Mm.
So now it doesn't bother me. So now
there something that brought-
sometimes I still have that dream. It just doesn't scare me anymore.
Is there something that would have brought that up, like the witch thing? Like, did you watch something when you were younger, and that's kind of what
I
started that?
I don't know what order it came in. I don't know if I was scared of if I had that dream and then I watched films about witches that freaked me out, or I don't know if I watched films of witches and it freaked me out. It's like normal witches still to this day. Normal witches don't freak me out. It's just like the creepy old lady
the
witch.
Snow White
like
one.
the Snow White witch is my massive phobia.
And
Spirited
we're
Away.
people, we show him
Hocus
photos
Pocus
of that, like,
Pocus.
every so often we just send Joe a photo
Yeah.
of it. We're not nice.
Yeah, they're not nice friends.
We're horrible people.
No, but like the Hocus Pocus films freak me out. Can't watch
Mhm.
it. There's a Studio Ghibli film that I can't remember what it's called. With a witch with like a massive head. It really
Yeah.
freaks me out
It's like
again.
Spirited Away, whatever it's called. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Spirited Away. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's what my mum and dad both tell. My mum and dad both tell the same story about the guitar. And the guitar I used to have, it'd be like one of those ones you wouldn't actually play it. It'd be like one of those ones you just press a button and it plays
Yeah.
like a funky tune. But yeah, apparently that happened. And I
That's
don't
more
remember it,
creepy
obviously.
when it's just like
And the
It's not-
reason it is because you know how sometimes if you've taken, like, you're charging your phone and you take it out the plug, it will
Yeah.
still charge for a bit because there's a little bit of electricity running through.
Yeah.
Yours was battery powered and there were no batteries, so there's no
Well, that's what my
explanation
mum says anyway.
how
so-
there's electricity in there. There's no explanation.
But even if there was batteries in it, like, and like your mum mistook it or mistaken it, it's not a word. The still just you screaming. That itself is like freaky. To
Well,
be
the fact that
honest.
they woke up, they thought I woke up screaming. They rushed up to my room as normal, and
At 10 p.m. This is
well, around 10 p.m.
around
It wasn't. It used to be around that time. Like, I remember a couple of times was like I walked downstairs into my lounge where they're watching TV, and I just scream.
Ugh,
At least it was 10 p.m. Like
not
if
3
it was
a.m.
like
Yeah, well, the thing is,
not
I used
3
to get.
a.m.
Well,
chat.
obviously, I was like, I was, I was obviously a kid, so like, it never used to be
Yeah.
that late. I don't think, but yeah, I used to.
Wow.
Do you know what? I don't know. Like, getting a bit like weird. I don't know how I didn't wet the bed. Like that was you
Did you not
scared the shit out
at
of me.
that age?
No. Well, I think I did. I think obviously I did at a point, but I didn't used to do it every time it happened though.
I would
I
have wet
wet
the
the
bed if
bed,
I was your parents. I'd be
Yeah.
like, I'd be like, no, he's gonna do it again.
Like here's a wetting the bed story quickly. I was
Oh.
some age, I don't know, was at Centre Parks or somewhere, some sort of caravan
You
thing.
was 21.
It was yesterday, and
This morning.
and yeah, I'm doing it right now. I was at like some sort of holiday park thing, and there was a bird. I didn't know at the time, just smashing against the building, like I guess flapping a wing or headbutting it for whatever reason, pecking at something. And I just got so scared that I peed myself. And you were having literal nightmares and didn't wee yourself. So
Yeah.
fair play to you, man.
I know, mate. What a champion!
What a hero!
What a champion for not pissing myself.
Right, go on, Codes.
This one's a bit dark, actually. I mean, they're all dark, to be honest, but this one is probably the most dark one. It's called "Someone Warned Me About Something Big."
I saw this one and I skipped over it.
I was at a surprise birthday party for myself in 2017. I maybe drank a single beer. I wasn't by any means under the influence of anything. I was sitting talking to my girlfriend when the entire room went quiet very suddenly. Like people's mouths were moving, but there wasn't any sounds. Then, a voice I've never heard before said, "Your dad's gonna kill himself. Your dad's in pain." Then as quickly as it showed up, it left. The party noises came back. I got up, checking around me as if maybe some weird joke. At the time, my dad was missing for a year to the date. He was a narcissist, and I couldn't fathom him just killing himself for anything. It's very much not him. Anyway, 2 days later, I was watching TV, and the same voice happened again. The room went quiet, and it said, "It's time." Again, everything went back to normal. The next night, a knock is at the door, and it is a police officer, and he basically says my dad committed suicide a few states away from my family and myself. The voice hasn't showed up since my dad's passing, and I've had some neurological tests, psychological tests, and no doctor can explain what happened those nights. I personally think I was getting a small warning like, this is going to happen, be prepared. He was my best friend.
Oh,
That is nutty.
I
That is
nearly
nutty.
cried. I nearly cried. Oh,
But the description of the whole hearing voices.
yeah, almost like in Saving Private Ryan, you know, when an explosion goes off and Tom Hanks is just sitting there and he can see all the action, but it's silent. Oh,
How can we
That's
explain
freaking
that
out.
though? He's heard voices.
You can't really explain that. You can't. There is.
It's either fake or it's.
yeah, it's either he's
and
a
you
really good
don't want to say
storyteller.
that's fake. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously the tragic thing that's happened. But that is.
Yeah, like anyone that
can't
writes a
explain
story based around that subject is kind of
Well, if it's fake, you're an absolute.
Yeah. I agree.
That's
I mean,
mad. The fact that his dad was missing for a year as well.
there is a
His dad
thing
was
like
missing for a year.
there is a thing where you get like if you've got siblings and sometimes they get you can get a feeling, can't you, when something goes wrong?
Yeah,
I've heard
the
that
twins.
as a
They
case.
said, don't they? Yeah.
So, but for a voice to be hearing a voice, I don't know. That's quite unexplainable, really. someone posted saying, "I've heard something similar to this. About 6 years ago, I was attempting my last attempt at suicide when I heard a voice say, 'It's not your time.' I brushed it off since I've heard it while on the verge of passing out. But seeing other people talk about it makes me kind of wonder."
Oh
So
my
that's
god.
someone else has said that. I- So it's don't know. Maybe maybe it's just their own
Within
head.
them. Yeah, maybe it's something within them that's saying it. But then why would he get it for? Like, I know what you're saying about the sibling thing, but
I mean,
oh
the voices thing is very much you can blank out like that. That is a possible like.
yeah, and everyone has their inner monologue, right? You've got an inner thing going on within you
Mm,
sometimes. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like sometimes you're like, you have a conversation with yourself, right,
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah, yeah,
doing certain things or leaving the house, whatever. Um, that makes sense, especially if it's for your own.
yeah.
But like a pre-warning
Mm.
about someone else, that is so freaky, man. Can we? Oh, we need to hang out tonight. I'm freaking out. Right.
You better put some blinds in front of that window, mate, on your
Oh
door.
yeah, I leave them open normally, but I'm locking
Oh,
everything.
God. Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. I love it. I get woken up by the sunlight. Anyway,
Mm.
so I'm gonna leave mine out because it's not as good. That's a
Well,
great. I forgot that you had that. That's a great story. But I'll do the last one that I found online. This one is the disappearing man? Question mark. So I just saw a homeless man sitting down about 15 feet away from me. He had blankets all around him, several cups, wrappers, everything else. I looked down into my bag for maybe 3 to 4 seconds to get my wallet out so I could give him some spare change, but when I looked up, he was gone. I first thought maybe he just walked off quickly, but all of the cups, blankets, and wrappers were gone too. There is no way he could have bundled all that up and left within the few seconds it took me to find my coins. Any thoughts?
Sorry, can you say that again?
wow.
So I'll sum it up. So basically, he saw a homeless guy sitting there, went into his bag, so turned away from the homeless man to get a wallet out to then get some coins to give to him. So in the moments that it took him to open the bag, get the wallet, and look back, the guy had gone, as well as all the blankets, pillows, wrappers, cups, everything,
That
just
is
gone.
odd.
So top comment is, and this freaked me out even more because it does make sense. I wonder if the universe stores an after image of a scene that can sometimes be sensed for a brief moment. As it happens sometimes when we switch a light on and then turn it off again, you can still sort of vaguely see everything for a few moments
Mm.
afterwards. He's saying maybe you've seen it, turned away, looked back, and just so like he's seen it before and projected the image again in his brain.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think
That's a really good
that is
explanation, isn't
true.
it?
I think that is that. But I actually believe that because I
Yeah.
think so many times that I've done stuff and I'm like I think so many times when I'm like, let's say like I'm looking for my phone and it's
Yeah.
right in front of me and I'm like, I cannot see it, even though it's literally right in front of me in my eye line. I cannot see it anywhere. I think that is because my brain hasn't processed my phone being there because it's not normally there. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean?
So it's
So I
projecting a table without the phone, and
exactly.
then you
So
look
Yeah.
again and
I
the
think
phone's there.
that is. I actually completely agree with that because I
That's a
think
really,
and I
it's a
think
good little comment. That I think.
yeah, I really. But there's scientific evidence of that that
Mm.
you when you're not like we said earlier about the whole bus thing, when you're not actively looking for something, I know if I'm looking for my phone, I am actively doing it. But if you're not actively like focusing on one particular thing
Yeah.
and you're just like looking around, like that person was, they were just walking home. I don't whether walking home did they say, or they were
Just
just walking.
walking. Yeah, just.
Oh, so they're walking a route. You assume a route that they've walked before,
Mm.
and they've probably seen that homeless person there. Maybe every time they go, the homeless person's there, and then this time they're
Mm.
not there. They projected that image to be like, oh yeah, I've got to stop and give that person the money. Oh wait, they're not there.
Yeah,
So that maybe they projected that image because
I
I
think
think
it's really
there's
interesting.
evidence that that's true, but that is mental. I think that your brain can do that.
It's
It's
so
scary.
powerful.
And I think that explains quite a lot of these. That idea of superimposing an image you've already
Mm.
got.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
the
I
brain?
agree.
Because it's like when you dream, you can only dream people that you've seen in passing or met. Like you can't dream
Yeah,
of
that
anyone
freaks
new,
me out.
which is a
That
really
freaks me
interesting
out.
concept. So maybe in real life, it's the same thing. We can't imagine and create uh,
Yeah.
someone to be there. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so weird.
It's really
man.
weird when you have a sex dream about a random person. You have no clue who they are. And it's like, oh, who is that?
We are-
And then you like try and find the person. Have you ever done that? Like actually don't answer. I'm like when the dreams happened and the next day, like I remember it happened to me at uni and I was like, I don't know who this person is.
Who is
so I'm
that?
like looking around for this person to be like, who is it? Who is it?
But they say,
Who did I have a dream
they
about?
say, like everyone in your dream is someone you've encountered, like in the street. Like you remember
Yeah.
the face, but you probably won't know who they are. It's just that's how your brain. I think your brain can never make a face. It has to have seen.
Which
has
is
to have
weird,
seen
isn't it?
Yeah, it can never just make it
It's-
up. So
it's
you would
always
have seen
weird
that
when you-
person
go on.
somewhere. Sorry, yeah.
It's always weird when you do that because when I come to play like I don't know about you boys, but when I come to like play like computer games where you can like make your own character, I can never make them look like an actual person.
Yeah,
And I always
mess it
forget.
up.
And it's, you know when you're trying to make someone that looks like you, I'm always just like, well, I don't really know what I look like. You look at
Well,
this
yeah.
like when it talks about like cheekbones and like nose and like I don't really know.
But there's another
Which
weird
is
thing.
mental.
Apparently, if you saw if you saw yourself walking, you wouldn't recognize yourself.
Yeah,
you
that's
only-
mental.
yourself, you wouldn't
Because
know.
you can only see yourself through a mirror essentially, or
And
video.
it's not
whatever.
a reliable thing because it's not really how you look.
Yeah,
Mm.
which I think is crazy. Like imagine
Which is
seeing
like-
yourself walking.
Yeah.
That would trip me up. I
It's
couldn't.
like Instagram versus reality, isn't it? But like in real life.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
mirror versus reality.
That's so
I am-
strange.
I've got so many chills now. I
Oh,
keep on like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
but you're this type of person that will get
Yeah.
freaked out by all these stories.
yeah, I can't do horror films on my own, man.
Okay, so we've got this story. It's called Meowing Cat. There is no cat.
Is this another really deep one?
No, it's
Okay, cool.
trippy again, but it's not as deep as the other one. So
I don't want to see Harry cry again.
Right.
okay, I'll try and word this right because some of the wording's weird. I live in a 400 square feet apartment with my cat. There are currently no neighbours either side of me, and I'm in the process of joining them in their exodus. So he's moving out. During this time of packing and moving to and fro, my cat is staying at my parents' house 30 miles away. I've just got home from the new house and went to pee. No phone in my hand. I had to go bad. As I'm can't multitask on the toilet. And as I'm sitting in the bathroom, it is just me and a bunch of boxes, as well as some items strewn together in the place. I hear a very distant meow and immediately think my brain is playing tricks on me. Only one other unit has a cat in my 10-unit complex, and it's all the way on the other side. I'm also on the top floor with no balcony. I let it slide as exhaustion and finished up. After I flush, I hear another very distinct meow.
Why do you need to know that? I don't need to know
As
that you
I
just
flush.
fucking flushed.
After I flush, I hear another very distinct meow that sounds like it's coming from the living room. I rush out and check to see if I have a new fuzzy friend, and even look up and down the walkway and around the complex. Nothing. I come back to my apartment and keep packing, but in silence in case I hear the meow again. Not even 5 minutes in, I hear a kitty cry like it's 2 feet away from me. There is very little in terms of furniture left, so I moved it all and checked every cabinet and cranny. No cat. Am I hearing a glitch or what? What would this be if my cat was still here? Am I going crazy, or am I about to be taken by skinwalkers?
Are they all
Right.
right?
I
I don't know if
I
they're
think,
all right.
have you heard and have you seen how cats can get stuck in the walls and in the floors?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
I was
heard
gonna
that,
say
yeah.
That
this.
happens a lot because cats
Also, they
like
said they were on top floor, so it could be on the roof, could be like
Yeah.
by
Yeah,
a vent
like-
that's on the roof.
yeah, they get because dogs are less likely to go in places that they know they can't get out of, whereas cats are like they just want to do what they want to do.
Well, it's like all those
So-
photos you see on the internet where like a cat stuck its head in a jam jar and it's like stuck.
Yeah, or like when a cat gets stuck in a Pringle pot, like it's
Yeah,
exactly the same thing. Like
Probably
it
shouldn't laugh,
happens
but
it happens all the time. Like you always see cats get stuck in walls and stuff like that.
yeah,
It
that
rarely
to
happens.
me
for
that's the
dogs.
realistic explanation. It's just stuck somewhere in a vent and it can,
Yeah.
But
especially because
also
it
this
cried for the
person's
third time.
this person's a weirdo.
Yeah. They are. They're not the normal person kind of
Like, come
thing.
on. Why? This is the opposite to that what that person said, but the one I read at the start. Literally, not enough detail. This is too much.
Yeah, I
I
was
don't
gonna
need
say
to know
this.
that you didn't. Why do we need to know that you didn't take your phone?
Yeah. And do you know
I
what I
don't-
want to know as well is why they used the word Exodus and then decided to tell us they went for a piss. Like, where's the in between?
Oh, it's like, and then
There's none.
after the flush, no, you could have just said, I then heard it again.
When I left the bathroom would have been
No,
nicer
let
than
them-
as I flushed the loo.
Yeah, because then I literally heard in my head, check it out.
All right, the check it out section. I'll go first. Just quickly, I've got a couple of artists. I've got the Vaccines. Love them.
Yes.
Absolutely love them. They're still going strong for
Throwback.
me. Also, Nick Mulvey, quality artist. Actually, Joe, I think you'd love him.
I think I know
I've-
him.
Yeah, no, you've probably heard a couple of his stuff. One of his best songs is Cuckoo.
Yeah,
It's
I have
really
heard
good. Yeah. But also, I've just thought of it now. While we were on the subject of all things glitch in the Matrix, Rick and Morty. If you haven't seen it, watch
Yeah,
it because there's so
iconic.
much of that sort of stuff in there. They comment on everything, but they do a lot on simulation theory and all of that. Honestly, check it out. I love it.
I'll go next. So, my check it out for this week. Normal. I feel like Harry's music, I'm Netflix, and then Codes is a bit of both. Or Codes is YouTube. So Netflix, check it out for this week is Criminal. I know it's one of the most viewed things on Netflix at the moment, but if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's all about it's all set in a police interrogation room, and so the police are all the same, and the interrogators are all the same, but the criminals are different, and it's different criminal stories each time. And honestly, the guest actors that they have in, so they've had David Tennant, they've got Kit Harington, they've got Raj from Big Bang Theory. I really apologize, I don't know his actual name. Honestly, so many good people. I can't remember who else has been in it, but the acting's phenomenal. The story is amazing, and honestly, there's so many twists. It's honest. I just can't believe how good it is. It's honestly one of the best things you'll ever watch, in my opinion.
Wow.
I know that's a big statement, but in my opinion, that's how good it is. It's that good.
Yeah.
So if you haven't need something to watch on Netflix, it's not like a chilled out watch though. It's like it's like BBC drama, ITV drama, that type of thing.
Nice.
It's like a drama watch. So it's like, so you won't want to watch them all in one go unless you love like that type of stuff. But so that's my check it out for the week.
Check it out.
Mine's about trains.
Yes.
Choo choo.
Yeah, so I actually wasn't gonna watch it. I was about to go up and play COD, but my dad was like, "Oh, let's watch this." Like, because basically, my mum and dad had recorded this program called The Garn, Australia's Greatest Train Journey. And for the listener, what the Garn is, if you don't know, you should know. It's a very important historical piece. It's basically this really long train line running from the south of Australia in Adelaide, and it goes all the way up through the middle and to the north, which is to Darwin, which is a city right at the top of Australia. I think it takes 3 days to travel on it or to get there, and it's basically one of those trains that you pay money to sit to be on, like as an experience. I think it's something like £2,500, which is crazy. But it was just really interesting, like more the fact of like how the track was made. That's what I always find interesting is people, centuries ago had to build this thing in ridiculous heat going straight through the center of Australia. Like how hot that is. It's just incredible. And you had Aboriginal people, you had China, I think it's Chinese people, loads of different cultures building this track of history, just history. It's just amazing. I wouldn't be paying £2,500 to sit on it though, personally, because I do like trains, but it was a little bit boring. Like because Australia is very flat. It's very flat. It's not like it's kind of. It's very well. It is. It's sort of in the middle of Australia.
It's in terrain. Okay, cool.
It's in terrain, not as a country or anything. But yeah, check out. Long story. Check it out. It's called The Garn. It's on Sky. I'm not sure which Sky channel it is. Might be. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe Sky something. But it's there if you like trains.
I don't think you need to watch it anymore, mate. I think you just
you
just summed it up. I feel like you don't need to watch it. So
I've saved you 2.5 hours or however long it is.
Personal question section.
So our personal question for today is from me. So
Hey.
because mine was the best. So we have
The only one.
boys. No, don't say it's the only one. We want to make ourselves sound better than it is. If you can be any chocolate bar, what would you be?
I'm going Lion Bar.
Why? Why are you a Lion Bar?
Because why Lion Bar? Because it's full of character. It's got a bit of wafer in there, bit of caramel. It's not too caramelly either. And you get it. I just love it, like the bite of it. Like, do you know what I mean? And I think that's what, if I was a Lion Bar, you just get a whole package. That's what I think. Anyway.
All right, modest. Harrison?
I would be either the disc or the finger toffee from Quality Street because they're rock solid.
Oh my god! Did you actually just say that?
That's a dustball moment.
Yeah, always sounds.
You got to choose though.
A bit.
It wasn't an either. It's not an either or. It's a.
Yeah, you got to pick one. You the toffee penny or the caramel finger.
I'll go for the toffee penny.
Yeah, just because the way I said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's caramel. What is it? I don't think it's
toffee.
They're both toffee. Yeah, it's toffee.
Oh, yeah. Toffee finger. Oh, it sounds even worse.
Yeah, I'll be the penny.
Right, I'll go a Boost bar.
Oh, okay, I like Boost bars
because it's got the chewy center, but you have to get through the hard exterior to get to the chewy center.
Right, and I got for saying rock solid.
I'm just taking the piss.
I want you to edit him so good.
Boost is a throwback to uni.
Boost is no. To be fair, I used to like Boost bars, but I'll go and Boost bar because they're full of everything, full of energy. Boost is in your face.
It's very
sometimes
good.
it's a bit. Sometimes it's a bit too much.
Yeah.
And that's a bit like me. Small doses.
So, man.
That's good. All right, we'll finish on some hypothetical questions, some would you rathers. Cody, do you want to start off? Do you want to give us a go?
Yeah, let's do it. I got one which is interesting.
Oh God.
I mean, I think it's quite an easy answer. You're walking in a forest and you find a black suitcase. Inside it holds £1 million and a piece of paper stained in blood with a single word: don't. Would you take the suitcase home or leave it?
Take it.
Leave it.
Take it.
Oh, a split.
I'd leave it.
Why would you not take it?
Because he said not to.
The
paper said not to.
A blood-stained note.
I don't care.
That doesn't scare you?
No.
God, it's £1 million though.
You're in the middle of the woods. In the middle of the woods, and
Right.
there's a blood-stained letter
Well-
that says "Don't." Sorry, but anyone could be there, just
It
watching,
doesn't, it
waiting.
doesn't. It doesn't specifically say middle. It says you're just walking in a forest, like you might have just entered. So there might be any.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
Nah.
I mean, it's more
Oh,
chance of
if it's
escaping.
me, I'm not taking the briefcase. I'm taking all the money out of the briefcase, put it in my bag, and then doing one.
Maybe
See,
I'd take a little bit.
I'd be scared that someone's just sat in a tree with a sniper.
Exactly.
That's
Just
what
like
in the
a
back
bow
of
and
my
arrow.
head. Yeah.
Or you pick it up, you take it to the police.
Oh, God, it's hard.
Yeah, but
isn't
what
it?
if you don't make it to the police, man?
Don't read, but you haven't opened it. If I haven't opened it,
Don't.
to be fair, if the briefcase ain't open, I'm probably not touching it. If it's
Yeah,
open,
me too.
there's £1 million in it. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'll
it doesn't.
take
It doesn't say. It just says
But
you
then-
find a black suitcase and
know
inside
the
of
£1
it.
million. So let's go that it's open. You know the
Yeah,
£1
if it's
million
open already, it's obviously a trap.
I
Do
don't
you know
care.
what I
I'm
mean? If
taking
it's
the money.
propped up and there's
Yeah,
money.
but how do you
you're
know?
like,
What if it's not a prank? What if it's not? What if it's not a trap? You get £1 million.
Yeah,
I
I
can pay my parents'
suppose.
mortgage off. I can live a happy life. I can give a load of money to charity. Lovely.
Yeah.
You regret 100% of the chances you don't make. So
Exactly. So I'm taking the money.
That's fair enough, though. That's balls.
I'm taking the money.
I'd. I think I would.
Because if I don't
I
take
think-
it,
I think
someone
I'd
else will take it.
I think I'd take. I think I'd take it.
If I
Yeah,
don't
right.
take it, I know I'm gonna do something like half decent with the money. I'm gonna spend a lot of it on me, of course.
if you get away with the money, Joe.
But
But-
no, but then if I don't take it, someone else is gonna take it, and they're gonna probably and they're probably gonna. And the people out there won't do the nice things that I will do.
Also, it says don't.
Well, they might do nicer
It
things,
doesn't
I don't know.
say. It doesn't say you're going to be killed. It just says don't. So maybe you get. I don't know.
Or don't leave this here, or don't take this to this.
Yeah, but
this
it's
place.
the blood, dude. It's the blood that's
I
freaking
don't
me out.
care if it's blood. It could be a paper cut.
What, and he just wrote "don't."
Don't.
He might have broke
Don't
down
touch
the
his paper, it's
and he
really
just got a
illegal.
paper cut when he's folding it up.
Don't forget this.
Yeah. all right.
Yeah, don't forget this,
Well,
or
on
don't.
on the same vein, then. So I heard one on a podcast the other day, and
Yeah.
it was would you take let's up it, let's say 5 million quid. You get the money, but you are told that there is a slug following you, and if it touches you, you die instantly. And you know it's there. So that permanently there is a slug following you.
Can I kill the slug?
No. Can't touch it. Anything
but
that touches
can I-
it that you've done, you die.
So it's like a
So like,
mystery.
I can't drop like a car on it.
No. It's an indestructible slug. It will. Its only function is to touch you, and then you will perish. 5 million, and
No.
you can fly to another country. Eventually, that slug's getting there.
No,
know what I mean?
I wouldn't do
Constantly
that.
move. But
Just-
the fear is you could be asleep, and the slug somehow
Yeah.
has got there. You would just never be able to rest.
My thinking more is that I just don't want to be looking at every slug going, is that it?
Yeah, exactly.
Because this slug
Because you
ain't
could see another slug and be
This
like,
ain't gonna be a clever slug with like a flag on its thing saying it's me, I'm the killer one. Like I'm just gonna be looking at every slug going like that. I wouldn't take
so
it.
like, let's say the briefcase is there, you get given the money, and you look around and they point at that slug and they go, that's the slug, but it does look like every other slug. And then you just journey onward with the money.
I
but
just
knowing
don't
that-
like living in fear, man. I don't like
Me neither.
that's just not like life's too short to be thinking about a slug. Like could it
Horrible,
be
isn't it?
Yeah, no,
Because like the whole, you could travel to another country, but it will find a way because its only mission is to do that, and it could like suddenly just latch itself onto your plane and then
Yeah.
get there. Do you know what I mean? Or at the plane after.
Yeah,
What about
I'm-
you,
I'm
Joe?
not
Would you
going
take the money?
I'm not going money.
yeah.
So you wouldn't take the money knowing there's a slug there, but a letter telling you not
Yeah,
to take
because there's not because of the slug, you're constantly looking behind yourself every day of your life. Whereas like the don't, I don't know, it could be don't anything.
I would be looking. No, if I took the money with the don't thing, I would still be looking behind me.
No, I
I'd be like, "Whoa,
Yeah,
something's going to get me." It might not be instantly.
But I guess with the case thing, you're taking a chance, aren't you? Rather than exactly.
Yeah,
what
I
the
know
consequences
exactly
are.
something's following. I know someone's following me.
Yeah, that is true.
And to be fair, when I think back to the £1 million one, if I see it on the floor, I'm probably not going to take any of it, in all honesty. Like, if it happened in real life, I know we're saying these questions, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll take that, pay my parents, but I probably wouldn't take it. I'd probably just hand it in to the police.
Yeah.
Which I know is a really answer. But in reality, in the actual reality of it, I wouldn't take it. Hypothetically speaking, take it. I'd just spend loads of money, but like, I don't. Again, like you said, I don't want it following me around, but I would take it. Yeah.
All right. What about this one? What two animals would you like to switch the sounds that they make? How good is that?
A lion and
Yeah.
a guinea pig.
So you want the guinea pig? Oh my god, that's so good.
Imagine a guinea pig going.
What, like a zombie?
Yeah. and then a lion trying to scare off like. But then, to be fair, lions use their voices. Then they will probably all die because people wouldn't be scared of them. No, because they use their voices to like scare prey and stuff like that, and like protect themselves. So maybe
And yeah,
like
if it was just like beep, beep, beep.
yeah, it probably would like it probably mean they die. And I love lions, but like if I didn't have to think, if it's not that deep, then I'm just like, yeah, I'm just changing those sounds because the fact to see a guinea pig do that would be hilarious.
It would be hilarious.
I would do a duck with a dog. Can you imagine? Hey boy.
I would
That's
probably,
fine,
a lot simpler. I would probably just swap dogs and cats around. If I was the only one knowing that I was doing the swap, just to confuse everyone.
I was
I'd get a
gonna
real kick out of
gonna
that.
say that. I was gonna say that as well, but I don't know. I just thought the size difference is funny, like with a
bit
little
boring,
duck.
Yeah.
God, imagine a cat though. Woof. Just barking. That's so funny.
If your bed sheets had to be made out of a meat, which meat would you choose? The faces you both pulled.
I'm gonna say ham.
Oh, it's too
Nice.
greasy, man. Ugh. It's all the fat.
Oh,
Think about when you leave ham in a fridge and like congeals. I mean, it's not going to be in a fridge. But like,
yeah. I don't really want to sleep under steak, to be honest. I was trying to think of the thinnest thing I can think of.
But your sheets. Are we talking like duvet as well, or are we talking like
Everything to do with your bed.
Oh no, it's even worse.
Yeah, all ham. I'm having a ham sandwich,
Ooh.
just with me in it.
Oh, it would smell as well, wouldn't it? Oh,
I would say mince so that you could like sink into
no, it's even worse.
Mince.
That's even worse. You get like bits all over the place. Ooh.
No, but in its like normal,
Oh,
road state.
What are you saying, Joe?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Chicken?
No, because that starts to
No.
smell after a while. Can I change the sheets? I'll just like,
Yeah, they
replace
change. You change sheets like normal.
So like every
But still-
time the chicken goes off, I can replace it with different chicken. I'm trying to think of what's the driest meat.
Like beef or something?
Oh,
I'm going turkey.
Yeah, like
I'm going turkey.
dried beef jerky.
No. I'm not. I mean, like, no, because that'd be like that's like hard. I want dry, but like as in not wet.
Okay.
I'm going like you get like the turkey slices in like a sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm going that because it's like nice and dry. It's a little bit soft. Doesn't really smell.
It's such an overrated meat, turkey, for Christmas.
Yeah, it is. It's
Well, you got to get it bang on. You got to get it bang on for it to be.
Final one. Every day, 10 things appear in your garden at completely random, but they all start with a letter of your choosing. You can only pick one letter, and you have to keep that letter forever. What are you doing?
My garden's going to be well cluttered if I do that.
Yeah.
Can you say it one more time?
So choose a letter.
Mm-hmm.
Not right now. At the end of this, you've chosen a letter. Every day in your garden, 10 things will appear. Every day, something new. 10 things,
But you can't pick it.
and you can't pick it. It's completely random. So if you chose A, for example, you might get an apple, but you might also get
Arsehole.
an airplane.
Oh, yeah.
What did you say?
Arseholes. That's a wild part as well.
Falling arseholes into my garden. How does that work?
I'm going. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go X
X. Okay.
X.
because there's not a lot
Xylophone.
of things that begin with X, so that I can then predict of what's gonna become what's gonna be happening.
X-ray
Yeah.
machine. Xylophone.
That's a good letter. That's a good letter.
Yeah, that's a good letter because I can't think of anything
Exactly.
else.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a lot. I can then predict. I can then like become like a xylophone salesman. I can then give X-ray machines away to the hospitals.
It's a really good letter.
I'm gonna say Z.
Yeah,
Oh,
but then you're
come
gonna
on,
get random,
dude. That's what I was
then
going
you're
to
gonna
do.
get random zebras everywhere.
Yeah, true. Zebra.
Is
A
it,
zebra.
is it zebra or zebra?
Zebra in English. In,
Oh, is it
in,
zebra?
in England or even
Is
Yeah.
zebra American? Is it?
your American side. Zebra.
You get a zoo. You get a whole zoo that's just gonna appear in your garden.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
it's
could
like
get a whole
so. I keep
zoo.
thinking of animals. Oh wow, yeah.
You could get a zebra crossing as well, like
Oh
just randomly
no!
a bit of road.
And 10. Imagine you get 10 zebra crossings.
Yeah. And a zit, just a random
You
zit.
can get loads of zips. Zips will just appear. Or
Yeah.
Zippo lighters.
Oh.
Might get a zip line.
Oh, that'd be
This is
pretty cool.
true.
Although 10 zip lines would be a bit excessive.
Do you know, I'm going to pick at random
Got
in
him.
my brain. B. I'm just choose the letter B.
B.
Yep. Yep. Bring it on.
Bellend.
Pick at random. B.
Bellend.
You're
gonna get
yeah, lots of
10
bellends
bellends
flying
every
in your
day.
garden.
I'm already there. No, we've got a bus. We've got
Bus, mate.
what else we got? Bananas. We've got. I like bananas.
Mm,
So,
that'd be a good day.
Very cool.
Babadook.
Boats.
The Babadook. That's pretty scary. Boats, bridges,
Biltong.
like bums. Biltong.
Sorry,
My
the
brain,
Babadook.
sorry, my brain is so weird. I just said Babadook, Bellends, and Biltong. Can you just appreciate that? What? There's no correlation there at all.
If anyone wanted an insight as to
Yeah.
what 3 a.m. chats was like, I just realised I chose B. That means I might randomly one day just have Boris Johnson in my
Yeah.
back garden.
Yeah, Bojo just give you a rugby tackle.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to the 3 a.m. Chats podcast. We have an Instagram. It's 3 a.m. Chats podcast. And you can email us your suggestions, questions, and anything else at the 3 a.m. Chats podcast at gmail.com.
Okay, that is it for this episode of 3 a.m. Chats. Say goodbye, boys.
Bye.
And we shall see you next time.